Hi, it's me again, Al, over here at Al's motorcycle shop. This is a frame I just got back from the painter. It's paint. I didn't powder coat this one this time. Actually, to tell you the truth, I kind of like paint more than I do powder coating. I know powder coating out there, all you guys that like powder coating, is more durable, but the paint, to me, is deeper, it's glossier. Harley Davidson uses paint, so... But anyway, I had this one painted, and I had the bike completely mocked up. This is the engine in the back. I had it completely mocked up, and I take it back down again, so I can weld all the tabs in place. Like the tabs are just welded in place, or tacked in place, and then I go back and weld them solid. So this is the frame right now. Here, let me get this in some close-ups to see what's going on here. Alright, so this is for the gas tank. I'm putting a Sportster gas tank on here, so I put a mount here and a mount back here, and those are welded up. This is going to be the seat mount right here, and of course I had to weld these studs on here for this is going to be where the springs fit for the seat, and this right here, if you can see that, that is for the ground wire for the electrical. Okay, so I had to make on this frame right here, it wasn't set up for a horseshoe oil bag, so I had to make and weld this part on here, and this is the mount for the horseshoe oil bag. Okay, these back here are fender mounts. I welded these on, so I'm going to mount my rear fender, and then of course I welded this tab on for the fender struts. Or actually, no, I'll take that back. This is for the exhaust pipes, and this is for the fender struts, just a hole in the frame. And these big things actually are going to be set up for passenger pegs. So it's a big bracket here I put on there for passenger pegs. I didn't want my passenger pegs way up here because you know, I wanted them down here where they'd be a little bit more comfortable. So that's where I put those, and it'll turn out okay. So anyway, this is the frame, and God, doesn't that paint look great? Look at that paint, it looks great. Look at how shiny that is. Yeah, so this is why I painted it instead of powder coating it. And over here we have a motor, and this is a 1977 shovel head engine. This motor, I took it all the way down and rebuilt it. This is a brand new old stock nose cone here that I put on it, and I don't know whether or not I'm going to stay with points or not. I really don't like points. Electronic ignition is much more reliable and better, and you know, it's, you know, you don't never have to fool electronics unless you have to replace it for some reason. But anyway, electronics do go bad, but not very often. They're just more reliable. And the oil pump, of course, I rebuilt the oil pump. Anyway, this is the motor that's going to go into it, and there's the bike there. Like I said, I mock them up, and I tack all the tabs that I'm going to put in for the gas tanks and the seat and all that stuff, and then I disassemble it, do all the welding, and then I paint it, and then now this frame right here is ready for assembly. As soon as I get my gas tank and fender back from the painter, which they seem to be a little slow. Over here in the corner we have another one right here. Now this is unpainted, it hadn't been painted yet. This gas tank is mocked up. It's you see underneath there, you see the tabs that I welded on for the to fit the gas tank on. This style gas tank is real popular, but you have to make them fit the frame, so you have to manufacture, or fabricate these tabs, and you have to weld them on and hope that the gas tank winds up in the right place. If you do it right the first time, they'll be okay. Anyway, so this is another bike that I'm going to build, and all the mock-up and all the welding is done on this frame right here. It's a single down tube. As you can see, it's got one heck of a, this is a whopper chopper, what I call a whopper chopper. The black bike we just looked at is a bobber, okay? So it has a stock style frame with rake and stretch and all that. And so it's a shorter, stubbier bike, and this is a long bike with a big long front end. That's the difference between a chopper and a bobber. So anyway, this one's got a, like I said, a single down tube. It's got a, we might actually paint some cobwebs or something in this neck area right here to try to dress it up a little bit. Anyway, it's a good looking frame. I'm not sure who manufactured this frame. But anyway, it's going to be a whopper chopper, and of course, just to make it different, I'm going to mount a solo seat with springs on it, which will be real different. And I had to fabricate and make a stop for I'm going to use a soft tail type of rear brake. So I had to manufacture this part and weld it in. And of course, as usual, this is fender. These are for the fenders. They just made out of angle iron, and they're all fitted. Everything's ready to go. The fender's fitted in there. It works real good. And these right here, actually, these are coupling nuts. Now I cut to size and then I welded them in place, and the bottom of the fender will attach to these too, so they'll give it quite a bit of strength. This long piece of angle iron, believe it or not, is part of the battery box. The battery's going to fit right in here, so it's, and then I've got the oil bag's going to fit up here. It's a real low profile oil bag, so it's going to have a little cavity right in here, because most of the oil bags have battery boxes in them that it fills this whole space up, but this one is going to be a little more roomier, so it'll give it a little bit different look. Okay, this tab over here, of course, is for the exhaust pipes, and I put these tabs here for the fender struts. I made a homemade fender strut, and it's laying around here. I'll show you next time. And here's the oil tank I'm going to use. Like I said, it's a really low profile. You can see it's only that wide, so it's going to be a really small oil bag. And this is just a box, a ton of parts there. There's the rear wheel, and there's the primary and handlebars and everything there, and there's the back brake. But anyway, this is one that's under construction, and it's actually ready to go to the painter right now. Just 4 bolts and the gas tank comes off, and the gas tank will be ready for paint. The frame will be ready for paint. All the welding has been done. You can see, if you can see that. Yeah, it looks kind of blurry from what me. I don't know if this thing's focusing or not. But anyway, that's that. So the next time we look at this bike, it'll be painted and ready for assembly. And this bike over here, we're going to be looking at that one more here real shortly. All right, so I guess I'm back here. All right, so this is Al with Al's American Motorcycle Works, or Al's shop. I go by, and we'll talk to you later. Over and out. Woo!